Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, corn dog lovers of all ages, welcome to In the Box with your hosts, Matt and Adam.
Everybody get...
Good evening, friends, family, people who aren't banned from Facebook, people who are banned from Facebook.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done anything with a contact. I mean, how are you feeling?
It was rough. It was a rough stay. I didn't know it could be so what's the word I'm looking for? Dehumanizing, isolating.
I don't know. I heard you were being in a trade with a piece of cake.
Yes. So what happened was, and we'll just get the chat started right away. Yesterday was my birthday. It was a milestone birthday. I am now 30 years old. Congratulations. Don't ask me how I have a 22.
Hey.
Don't ask me how I have a 22-year-old kid if I'm only 30. That is
That's way too much math.
Yeah. Matt, we don't do math on the show sometimes.
We've done it once, I think.
We didn't do too well at it, from what I remember.
I don't think we did really well either, and I think we lost viewers for that.
Right, yeah.
No math.
So what happened was everyone is posting on my wall, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Our good friend, former guest of the show and former wave photographer, current wave superfan, Steve Squires, said something like, happy birthday, old man. And I replied, like I do to everybody, it's either get off my lawn or watch out or I'll beat you with my cane. I went with the cane one, and Facebook banned me for 24 hours for violating community standards. Now, I'm wondering if I would have said, watch out or I'll beat you with my walker, that would have been any different.
I think it would be the same amount of punishment.
Yeah, so I did a dispute and tried to appeal it, and then got there. Oh, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we are severely short-staffed. I'm like, didn't that happen 3 years ago? Are you severely short-staffed because you are severely short-staffed, or because you fuckers just laid off half your staff? Oh wait, maybe it's the latter. So I still have not heard. I am unjailed. My 24-hour ban has been lifted just in time to...
I'm sure you guys have seen the posts as soon as he...
Yes, anyone who's friends with me will see the 2 posts that I made. I wrote my own limerick, and I wrote a poem.
Wonderful.
My friends at Facebook.
Yes. Which is why we're not on Facebook.
Getting banned from Facebook would be tough. Well, we're also not on Facebook because their interface is terrible.
Once in a while. I'll do Facebook once in a while just to hop on and say hi because...
Yeah. But like going live from here to Facebook is just was a disaster.
Right. No, I hear you.
Although we did get to play the Are We Live Yet game, and that was always fun.
Yes. A lot of fun.
So that's topic number 1 for tonight. I wrote down, I'm old. so we've sufficiently covered that. Topic number 2 tonight, we have 203 subscribers. We hit 201 last week, yeah. And our new goal was 202, and we've actually surpassed that. So our next goal is 204 subscribers.
Yes, and at this current rate, we may have 210 by 2024.
2024 is coming up pretty soon. It's only a year and 21 days.
Well, I mean, we can hit a peak of like two new subscribers at any given point. So, I mean, I could have said 2023, but that would have been super quick.
Yes.
Which will
Yeah, 2023. So my goal on my channel is to try to get to 1,000 by 2023. I'm at 987. Wonder if I could get the mascots to subscribe to my music channel. You guys like dad jokes and music stuff? Bass guitar stuff?
Or just subscribe anyways, because I don't follow bass guitar and things like that. You all know how I feel about dad jokes.
Yeah, that's why you watch every video, just for the dad joke, and then you probably shut it off.
I watch 2 minutes and then I just fall right off.
Like average view time, 8 minutes, except for this one guy who's gone at 35 seconds.
Dang it, man! Why you gotta lower the average?
Yeah, right. So, I think Keeper might be a bit confused.
Okay. Yes, I too am a little old. Not as old as Adam, but yes.
And then our good friend Kevin Capel is back. Now that we're back on YouTube. The Milwaukee Scab League is the Brew City Legends, who are in the new MLIS League, the Major League Indoor Soccer Arena Soccer League. Major.
Horrible font league.
Yeah, they played the Milwaukee Wave and lost by a considerable amount. They turned off the scoreboard after like 5 minutes. I've heard scores of 25-3, 30-3, 33-3, and 67-2. I think one of them might be a little exaggerated, but
I heard Brew City scored 67 goals off of Willie B. That's what I heard.
That's true or not. Willie B does give up some good goals, though.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Are you watching any World Cup stuff?
I did. I ended up, so today I left work early and I went to a pizza place and they were huddled around a TV watching the Croatia-Brazil penalty shootout. And they were very excited.
I watched U.S. versus Iran. Don't think I saw U.S. versus Netherlands. I had some other game on, and then today we were in a meeting. We have these marathon design session meetings where we have like 100 different decisions we have to make, and we make them as a group, and each one takes like 20 minutes to talk about. And at one point, like our lead guy's like, hey, you guys gotta wait a minute. I gotta see if Messi can make this penalty kick. And I'm like, oh, Messi's playing. So I brought up Hulu on my other monitor over here. And that was when productivity took a, a big dive.
Yeah, a slight dip, yeah.
So
yeah, I've been watching it a little bit. So I watch it at work because I'm super bored. I end up watching it in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Which is always a good time, as you folks may know, watching indoor soccer, it's pretty much the same thing.
Michael Jordan lo hizo. I believe I can fly.
Did you play a clip and I just didn't hear it?
I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
I got somebody wrote in a forum, install virtual audio cable, set that as your monitor in OBS, set your sources in OBS to monitor and output, set your virtual audio cable as your mic in Zoom, use the OBS virtual camera to send your video. It's as easy as that. I was like, okay,
Sure.
Great. I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's that.
So like this week is the big first week.
There's a couple games this week. I was looking at the schedule. I noticed a couple.
Yeah, there's a few. More than a handful.
We review the last week's games first.
Sure, absolutely.
First, we'll start with this.
Yeah. So first of all, great thing Baltimore did before the game started. Well, before and during with Josh Diaz. Yeah. Make a wish. It was really cool to see. So great job to Baltimore and for the guys in Utica to play along. I think Josh would have scored that regardless if Coughlin had dove for it. But so I was watching Goals and Boards Geo show yesterday, and they were talking about the most interesting thing that happened last week, and they mentioned the Mesquite game and they mentioned the Empire game. I'm going to mention the Baltimore Utica game. Utica looked good.
Utica looked good.
Utica looked really good with the amount of people that have only played 1 or 2 years in the league. Yeah, took it to Baltimore. It was a sloppy game, but I think Utica did take advantage of a few miscues.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see that cleaned up, and even though they lost, I think it was a great start for the team.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like a target good season of you win all your home games, you split your road games, and you go, which ones do you think will win on the road? Which ones do you think will lose? You probably look at opening night in Baltimore as one of the ones probably won't win, but the fact that you got ahead of them by a number of goals, and I mean, Baltimore's going to do what Baltimore does, unfortunately, at home.
Yeah, I think penalties kind of hurt them.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple of defensive blunders. For example, the one I'm thinking of was in the corner, and they passed it too far out. It was supposed to go to Coughlin. Mello was right there and put it. So I think once they got a little bit of momentum, Baltimore kind of went off of that.
Yeah.
But Utica stuck with them. I mean, 8-7.
Right.
I'm happy with that loss.
I would be too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like you went up 4-0 and then lost 11-4 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked seeing we run another weekend where the goalie penalties really play a part, a big part in the games. Coughlin with, I can't remember what the first one was, slide tackle or something.
Yeah, slide tackle. The Roque? I forget who it was, but yeah.
Yeah. But Coughlin had to serve that, and I mean, you guys, any keeper to come in and save a penalty shot, it's not even that Netherlands keeper who was like 6'8" or whatever. They said he was 7'3" at one point. He stood next to Lionel Messi. He looked like a little kid. Messi did, but it's about the only way you're gonna do it. But still, it's just so close and so fast. Such a hard shot in indoor that because they don't try to place it, they just blast it. Or blarst it. But
well, I mean, you saw Wilkin make the second one.
Then he took the second one. And actually, I have a question on that because I wrote down some notes on this game. I said Josh Diaz is awesome. Andrew Primrose is not. How do you pronounce Bo's last name?
So I could go off on that. That just
he was considerably less of a homer than he has been in previous years, but there's just so many things that he doesn't know. Like, if you're going to announce a game, take a half an hour to read the manual, read the rules, understand the rules. What?
Or pronunciation.
How do you pronounce Yellowvac anyway?
So that is the world's craziest question. It is Yelovitz. From what I have been told, from what Ray Biggs has said, that is the pronunciation.
But it's not like you're selling like a vacuum cleaner and you call it the Yellowvac, right?
Everton's name is not Huerton.
Yeah.
There was a lot of them. There was a lot of them, and I hope he has someone come in and help him because it was at one point I couldn't watch it because it was just.
He did say Paul, and I'm going to butcher his last name, Niedermeyer. The normal guy who does play-by-play, who's that much better, wasn't able to make it, so that he was feeling. Here's a good question that I did not write down. I don't know what I witnessed, but yes, I did see that the Blarst had him. I'm gonna guess that's what a Blarst really looks like. I don't have any other idea what that thing was supposed to be.
What is the name of the mascot? Have they come up with a name yet? Because I have a perfect one, and we should name him Shorty.
Is it a mascot for the field or for? Oh boy.
No, 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 don't, no,
Are you ready?
no.
Let me lead in with some good news. Well, no, actually, we do not have another subscriber. Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
I'll clear the chat. gonna warm you up for this. And let's go.
Okay. On.
I think we need to rename the show. You know how we renamed it from MASL in the Box to In the Box? I think we should call it Mascot Mayhem.
I'm done.
Welcome to Mascot Mayhem. And then Kelsey is just, yep. Yes, you did.
Oh dear God.
So okay, here back to actual games and actual soccer.
I'm glad I took some edibles before the game.
Oh,
anyways, the CBD chill brand, 20% off using code whatever.
Blasty.
Blasty.
So, is the head shape what happens before the blast or after the blast?
I think that's what happens when it reaches Mach 1. It kind of.
Or is that like Wile E. Coyote when the anvil drops on his head or something like that? Is your name Mud? Okay.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I have a soccer question. A legitimate 100% non-sarcastic, non-joking, real soccer question. On a shootout. So this is not a penalty kick. This is starting from the yellow line. So what happens is the home team. Oh no, sorry.
Or the ones taking the shot are inside of the circle.
Right. And the ones not taking the shot are outside of the circle. Right. When are they allowed to run? When are they allowed to start running towards the ball? Is it when the ball is touched or when the whistle's blown?
I think it's when the whistle's blown.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. When the whistle's blown, the players can take off, and that's why.
That's why you looked really, really like almost close to getting the first one.
That's why Primo's like, I don't know why they don't call this back because he hasn't even touched the ball yet, and they're almost on top of him. I don't know how the refs are letting that go. It's because you don't understand the rules. Here's a really reasonable question.
Okay. I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
I think you know why I'm not going to answer it. Okay.
So this says a lot. So let's get off the mascot topic for a second. We have a very special guest in the chat, Jerry. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the madness that is the show.
Welcome to Mascot Mayhem in the chat.
Yeah, this is So if you've ever wanted to meet a mascot from any of the teams, here you go.
Right. Currently we have Bushwhacker, Keeper, Blasty, and Brad Beach in the chat. Striker is out there somewhere. Comet the dog is out there somewhere.
Probably peeing outside or something.
You guys, Jerry, you and Gio had a great show last night.
Yes, it was a great show.
I said you were second best partners to Gio on any show he's ever had.
And we're not going to mention who's first.
Right.
I mean, there's a hit you might be watching him.
Is it Keeper?
Oh,
Keeper is it?
See you Sunday, Keeper. Can't wait.
Oh boy. So yeah, so on the on the shootout as well, when is the goalie allowed to move? Same answer as when the whistle's blown.
Whistle blows.
As soon as the
That's
whistle
pretty
blows,
much
that play is live. Anyone can do anything at that point. And that's why Max and Ian used to be able to do that thing where as soon as the whistle blew, Ian would just fly down the side. Max would walk up slowly, you're like, hey, look over here, don't look over there, and then pass the ball over to the side and Ian would score.
Syracuse did that once in a while as well with Canardo Forbes.
Good luck with that.
Well, you find me. You find me, and you can do that. Not going to say where I'm sitting. You can kind of guess where I'm sitting, but anyways.
I know what he might look like.
But yes, you might, because I do post things in the box. So.
Jerry, thank you for subscribing and being our 203rd subscriber. Really appreciate that. I would have replied, but if you've seen my Facebook page, I was on a 24-hour ban for threatening to beat someone with my cane because I'm old and I just had a birthday.
Don't tell them now. We're gonna go back down to 202. You don't tell people these kind of. Okay. So, which game? Okay, so let's take out Baltimore and Utica because that game we kind of knew it was gonna happen, but kind of didn't. Which game surprised you more?
Which game surprised me more between? So are we just basically ripping off their show and taking their questions?
No.
Okay.
No.
We wouldn't do that.
No. Gio asked what was the most interesting thing that happened.
Oh, you're asking what the most surprising thing was.
Out of the two games that we haven't talked about yet.
Yes.
Which one? You take one and I'll take one.
All right, I will take I will talk about the Thursday night game.
Okay.
Which was Tacoma at Empire.
Okay.
Hey Bushwhacker, enough of the old man jokes. I think everyone on the planet except for the Tacoma Stars and Geo were convinced that Empire had this in a runaway game. And the fact that Tacoma came out and just really handed it to them the first entire half. It was 5-1 at one point at the biggest gap.
Well, let me ask you, do you think Geo hopped into a DeLorean, went to the future, bought a sports almanac, and then came back?
Oh.
And
one day, an old man told him if a guy with a bunch of guitars and a bunch of jerseys come up to him and say something, to end him right there. We're in trouble. Need Doc.
Yeah.
What's this show about anymore? No idea what we're doing.
We're like 10 minutes in and we haven't even talked about cake. But anyways, continue.
Oh, I left it upstairs.
Uh-oh.
I do have... I received something in the mail today. I was going to save this and reveal it, but I ordered something online and it came in a kind of a cool box. The Old World Christmas box. Snowman and Santa Claus and kids on it. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. What's inside? Now, I did take the 17 layers of bubble wrap off, but it is a Christmas ornament. And for those of you wondering what ornament it is, it is the best ornament in the world. It is the corn dog, Brad.
Oh, God.
Okay, I have to ask this.
No.
It's been bothering me. How come none of the mascots can speak in complete sentences? You guys learn that in mascot school? Or like, this has been bothering me for a couple weeks now, and I don't know how to respond to it or how to take it. Oh, this is about where Gio's like, I'm quitting you guys. I can't take it anymore.
This is why Gio left right here. Oh yeah. Okay. So Tacoma Taco Masters. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know they had Frank and Robert Palmer out. But they still had a pretty stacked roster. They had Chris Toth. I mean, Justin Stinson ended up getting a hat trick, but Tacoma, you look at the scoreline, it was 7-5, and it seemed closer than it is. It's one of those like NFL games where the home team scores 40 points in the first half and then just runs the ball and plays like prevent defense, and they win like 42-30. It seems like it's a closer game than it really is. I think that's what really happened in this game. Because Tacoma just like basically just destroyed them. And it was weird. It was their opening, like first game as the Empire Strikers, as they let us know a couple times. I think that was, for me, that was the most surprising of the two. I am putting a video together, hopefully for Empire's sound guy, on how to use a compressor limiter, not have Philly blow our ears out when they score a goal. Because and I talked to Reimer a little bit about this. It's not Philly's fault. Philly should be able to use any range of volume that he wants. He obviously doesn't want to whisper 1 second and scream the next, but he should be able to get as excited as he wants because that's his personality. That's who Philly is.
Anyways.
What?
We already have one of those in the league anyways.
Funny the thing is, I grabbed sound clips from one of Philly's calls and Joey's last call in that overtime game last weekend, or whatever, 2 weekends ago. And Joey gets just as excited as Philly, but they have Joey's sound dialed in so it doesn't completely obliterate your earbuds when you're listening. Brad Beach wants to know, I got my ugly soda ready for tomorrow, my sweeter. I do have this. Corn Dog King. I'll probably maybe wear. That I put on specifically for the show tonight.
If you want an ugly sweater, I can give you a jersey that's ugly, and it's in my collection, as you can see. You'd like this ugly sweater?
I just wear my Blarst jersey.
Yeah, just wear your Blarst jersey and you're fine.
The best one was some guy. It was some meme somewhere where he went to the ugly sweater party and you just put a mirror on a sweater.
I mean, yeah, that works. Yeah.
But a number of years ago, the Wave did a T-shirt that looked like an ugly Christmas sweater, but it was a Wave T-shirt. That was kind of cool.
That is kind of a cool idea. Yeah, this will be. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but Sunday is our last game before Christmas. So that would have been a cool idea.
We have one next Friday, which means we will not have a show next Friday. I don't know what we're doing next week for a show.
Okay. Well,
we have to figure that out.
If need be, I can go solo, or I'll just go on Facebook.
If I'm not banned, I might go live from the arena, but I probably won't because I'll.
Well, maybe I can. If you know the login and password for the YouTube, I can try and do a live by myself. I don't know how well it's going to go with the chat, but.
Oh, yeah. Or you could do, I mean, Facebook seems to work well for you.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We'll figure something.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my most surprising game of the two.
Yeah. Mesquite 2-1. I mean, two things. I mean, Mesquite played Monterey really, really well, and it was a low-scoring game. I mean, 2-1. It's about as low as you can get in indoor soccer. Pollo Cortez. I mean, we all knew he was a great keeper.
I mean,
well, I don't trust Adam on Facebook, so I guess we have that going.
All I'm saying is, if I come home and we're back down to 197 subscribers, I know what happened.
Yep. But yeah, Poyo 20 plus saves on, and this is kind of, did Monterey have their full team? Because we talked about it yesterday, once again on Gio's show with Jim. Who traveled, who didn't. I know Brian Aguilar, also known as Charlie Gonzalez, was there. I do know that. But I don't think a lot of us saw Mesquite pulling that one off. Now it's funny. I was talking to Christian Segura last Sunday. Was it last Sunday? Yeah. Well, during the USA versus the World. And he's more concerned about Chihuahua than Monterey.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see what's going to happen there. But like I said, I mean, Poyo played amazing. Mesquite clamped down on defense and made. Oh, good. Yes, Comet. We are very, very excited.
Very excited for all. Yeah.
You'll see. I don't know if you'll watch the game on Sunday in Utica, but I'll be ready.
I don't know how I'm gonna watch all these games. A lot of them, and I'm gonna be at one of them, which will wipe out my entire Saturday night. Now I can come home and I can watch a game late.
So speaking of that, I kind of have a suggestion for the league.
Don't put all the games at the same time on the same day.
No. So Twitch has a subscription feature where you pay $5.99 a month and it's ad free. The MASL has 4 different channels.
Yep.
So hypothetically, you could be subbed to all 4 channels for $24 a month and get no ads. I think they should maybe like combine them into one subscription, or
yeah.
I don't know, but it feels like a lot to be watching a game and then all of a sudden like 3 ads come on.
So I haven't. So I have not watched the game on anything but my TV, which are both Amazon Fire now. I had a Roku switch from Roku to Amazon Fire over the off season due to unrelated MASL or issues not related to MASL. What I thought was weird is that I get an ad when I go to a channel at first, and I never get any throughout the game.
Yeah, you'll get. There are some things on Twitch where you'll get an ad, you'll watch a little bit, and then it'll cut to another ad. Or I've seen as many as 6 ads during a stream. Now, mind you, they will actually go picture in picture. So the ad will be playing on most of the screen, and then in a little box, you can see this still going on.
I haven't seen that yet.
I don't. But I think it would be to bring more fans in, maybe to, I don't know, have the key games on MASL Soccer 1, having a subscription for that, and then having 2, 3, and 4 be free. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just kind of throwing that out there.
And I was just kind of looking as you were talking about the times, like, because they only have 4 channels. When they do the schedule, you think they kept that in mind. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. There's 7 games on Saturday. Tomorrow Saturday. Oh, tomorrow's Saturday. But it looks like they're barely going to be. Well, maybe not. It looks like they're barely going to get away with it.
Maybe they just won't show the Blast game.
That's the first one, though. That'll probably get shown first. Now, I won't care because I'll be at the Milwaukee game and I won't be able to watch any of them. But, I mean, there's games. There's 1 at 6, 2 at, this is Eastern, 2 at 7, 2 at 8, and 2 at 10. But the game at 6 won't be over before the 8 games at 8 start. Yeah, they're going to have an overlap. I wonder how they're going to handle that.
Maybe like cut right to the next game or something like that, maybe? I don't know.
Somebody just got a call. Tozer's watching us going, holy shit, Adam just brought out the fact that we aren't going to be able to play all the games. What are we doing about this?
Yeah. I mean, what if it's a blowout? What if that 6 o'clock game, what is it? 6 o'clock is the Baltimore Florida game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be,
What if Florida's up 15-2? Why don't you just cut to the next game that's going to be starting and save us all the watching the fourth quarter and
kind of what I was getting at, Kelsey.
right? Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, some of us would actually like to keep watching if it was a Florida 15 and Blast 2 game. Watching them lose their minds.
Oh.
But what if they go to what?
Overtime. Overtime. Overtime.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
But yeah, yeah, that's it. I don't know if they can control the subscription fees on Twitch or if that's a Twitch thing only.
Yeah, I don't think they can, but I mean, make it more affordable to fans that. But I mean, to watch all the games and not have to go to the arenas themselves. I mean, $6 a month.
Yeah,
I could see both sides, but I just
yeah.
if I'm using SI tickets, I'd like to.
Right. If I'm using SI tickets, I'm broke anyway, and I can't pay my rent or my mortgage anymore, so it doesn't really matter. It's a good thing my tickets are already paid for.
I bought mine on Empire Ticks.
For Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
I haven't. So I finally booked my hotel for January 7th in St. Louis. Bushwhacker. I will be there at the January 7th game. It's it's Adam G2. I don't know what he's trying to say here. Do they have enough rest for all these games? I mean, weekends that they've only had 1 or 2 games, they've barely had enough rest. Yeah. But what bugged me about the Mesquite game was the camera angle changes. I think I posted something like the guy changing the camera. It's like a 10-year-old playing Mortal Kombat, hitting all the buttons on controller, hoping to do a cool move. That's how I felt the camera angle changes were. It was actually so bad, I went back to the Blast broadcast. That's saying a lot. My main question on that is what I asked last night on Geo Show. I know we had this issue with Chihuahua at first where they couldn't really send the whole team to the U.S. because of visa and travel issues and restrictions. Now, granted, a lot of those have been lifted due to COVID and things like that. But yeah, like you said, what team is going to be in the U.S. versus what team is going to be in Mexico? That's going to be the real question. They certainly weren't the Monterey that starts shooting as soon as they pass half field.
Well, I'll find out. I'll find out in March.
Right. Yeah. I would hopefully know before March.
Right, but I mean, I'll see it firsthand in March. They'll have their full team, of course.
Yeah. So Bushwhacker wants to know where I'm staying in January 7th. So party with me. I'll be at the Marriott, New Jersey, on the boardwalk in New Jersey. Find me there.
Yep. Yeah, I have not made any travel arrangements as of yet. I am still.
Could you imagine a GoPro on a mascot with all? Oh yeah.
But yeah, haven't done that yet. The first one will be the Mexico one, and then Baltimore. I think I'm going to take a train into Baltimore. I think that's the plan.
Oh, how long is that?
I don't know. It's a lot cheaper.
Oh, sure, yeah. We're gonna drive to St. Louis, which is a little over 5 hours. We're still planning on going to KC in the end of February. Tara wants to drive there, but that's another 3 hours on top of that. I'm not too sure about that, but who knows?
So while you're out in St. Louis, I just thought of something, but I'll save that. You have to go to Twisted Ranch. If you're out in St. Louis, go to Twisted Ranch.
Okay. When we went last time, I don't even remember where we went to eat. It was kind of a mess.
It was the best, one of the best meals I've ever had, if not the best.
Yeah, I
meal
remember
I've
you
ever had.
you kept saying that. Yeah.
And I want to get those. They ship the ranch dressings, so I have to figure out how I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So I may need some help.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Train's probably 8.5 to 9.5 hours from Syracuse to Baltimore.
Why is she a travel agent or?
Yeah, and then so that's Adam. That's the 26th, right? The February 26th game. Leaving Saturday, coming back Monday. I mean, if we drive, we're probably gonna have to leave Friday and come back Monday. Yeah, what to figure. Kelsey Googled it. Why have a travel agent when you can just have Google?
That is true.
Yeah. And then Scotty with one of the worst suggestions heard. Not everyone works for American and gets tickets. The rest of us have to pay the real prices. Of course, that keeps you employed. So,
I mean, yeah. So yeah, do you want to? I mean, there's not a lot really to. I mean, we can go into the. No.
I did want to bring something up.
Okay.
And this is just maybe a continuation of the conversation that both you and I have been having with Commissioner Tozer, completely outside of the show. It's also kind of just to bring up, we talked about a little bit last week where I think what happens is, so something comes out, let's say the goalkeeper rule, and this year's goalkeeper rule. And both you and I were like, love the idea, goalkeepers should serve their own cards. Great, we understand that. But what happens if? I think what people hear is they hear the but what happens if, and they're like, oh, they're regular negative, they don't like it. Like, no. Like, I was raised to question things, both in life, in my hobbies, in my career, in everything in my aspect of life. Like, am I doing this the right way? Should I only have one bass guitar, which is this blue one that I had for 20 years? Or should I buy all these other ones? Obviously, buying all these other ones was good. Should I quit playing pool because it really hurts my neck? Or should I work on maybe some neck exercises to strengthen it? I can play pool longer than I should be. Should I still play in this band even though guys drive me crazy? Or should I stay, or should I change the style of music? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's just me. That's what I do. So when something new comes along, it's not my first reaction to question it. It's my first reaction to, like, give me all the information. Like, in my job, I'm an IT engineer, and I come up with a problem, and instead of just like trying to solve it right away, I'm like, give me all the information. What do we know? What don't we know? What do we need to know? What could possibly happen if we try this, or that, and that? That's kind of where I am with a lot of these things. So goalkeeper rule comes out. I say, well, what happens if the backup keeper isn't warmed up and he comes in and injures himself? Well, the answer to that is the backup keeper needs to stay warm. Obvious answer, like, well, what happens to the goals? Will it screw up the backup keeper's numbers? Because all he'll have is those goals against. Well, no, it'll probably even itself out, because the backup keeper should be playing more, and there shouldn't be just a starter and a backup, and that's only roster, arrangement that there is throughout. So, I wrote down there's four types of fans. There's the overly negative, there's the overly positive, there's the ones who just don't care, they're just there to have a fun time, and then there's those like me that question things. And they could be either positive or negative.
There's 5.
Okay. Those are like cake.
They're Blar's
fans. Yeah. So the example I wrote down, and I write these things down when I can't sleep, or it's 2 a.m, or I just have a random thought. Yeah, kind of the Dogs' backup keeper should be warmed up. It's funny because I don't know if he's in my room here. I don't know where this came from. However, what I'm about to say.
What? Oh my God.
What I'm about to say, uses the word fireworks in it. So I don't know if he's
probably bugged your room. Yeah.
So my example, my completely joke example was, imagine the league comes out with this new rule saying, we're going to put fireworks in the ball, and after 100 touches, it's just going to randomly explode. Right, right on cue. Don't hold those in, your head will pop off. So, league new rule, starting immediately, after 100 touches, the ball is going to explode. Put fireworks in it. There's going to be fans that are like, I don't like it. It's the dumbest rule I've ever heard. There's going to be fans that are like, oh, I love it. I love everything about this. And we're going to do the Kelsey said, bless you, brother. I love it. There's fans like, yeah, whatever. That's cool. Whatever. And then there's fans like me like, isn't that going to kill people?
And Blarst fans will be, well, how's that going to affect the Blarst?
Right. Right. Hey, you can't explode fireworks in this tiny field.
Yeah. You'll blow off half the arena. I'll have to play on an even shorter field. Well, on second thought, that sounds good.
Yeah, right,
Good
right.
idea.
It's innovative. It's the future of the game. But what was the tagline from last night, Jerry? Small fields, big. What?
Small arenas, big cake.
Big cake.
Small fields, big cake. Like that.
But yeah, so I mean that's my ridiculous example. That's we're gonna put this up there with no context. We'll just leave it there for a bit and then. And then no, you can't. Well, thank you. I mean I think that goes for pretty much any arena anywhere. But however,
no, please, no. No, please stop.
But no, I mean, that was just what I want to say. Like, if you see me questioning something in a post, it's probably because I've already seen all the comments from other people about what they think about it, and I want to bring a different perspective of like, hey, SI ticket seems great for the league, but what about the fans are getting screwed? Or hey, the goalkeeper seems good, but are we worried about the backup keeper getting injured at all? Or hey, the fireworks idea seems great, but what about the hands that are going to get blown off if they're near the ball at the time? That's I wanted to kind of get on my soapbox for that.
All right, so I'm going to take that idea and I'm going to kind of expand it a little bit into something more friendly, firework or arena friendly. I'm sorry. Instead of fireworks going off, go with me now. Fart noises.
Amen. I'm one of the positive fans that's the best idea I've ever heard.
Yeah. 50 touches. 50 touches. After 50 touches, the ball makes fart noises.
So did you send me the article on that? Not the ball, but or did I send that to you, or did I see it and not send it to you?
What?
I'm scrolling through Facebook the other day. This is before I got banned. And like Lifehacker is a site that has all these goofy things, and some of them are health related, some are meal related, food related. Some of them are like, oh, if you fold your clothes and put them away every day, then you can have folded clothes every day, and just like common sense type things, which apparently people need.
I do need that.
I like that too, but this one said it was meant to be like a health, like listen to your body type thing, but it was titled "Listen to Your Farts." I'm like, what? And I was gonna make the meme with the Dos Equis guy saying, "I don't always listen to my farts, but when I do, so does everyone else in the room with me." So there's that.
Oh my!
I actually still have my press pass from KC from the All-Star game in December 20. I know exactly where it is.
I think I have mine too.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, you have the one from the All-Star game.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We only got one, didn't we?
Yes, we only got one. I think I have one from KC.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
The microphone corn dog game.
Yes.
So, bold ideas here, or bold statements here. 100% agree. 100%.
You know, I mean, I like penalty kicks. I like it. Do I think they could probably move the field or move the goal up and make it like half field? Sure, but I don't know. I think penalty kicks to end it is because we could be sitting there for
Right.
hours.
What if they made the goal here? Hear me out here. What if they made the goals smaller? Would there be more scoring? For those in the chat who don't know what I'm talking about, I had some genius a number of years ago argue with me that in MASL, if they made the goals smaller, there would be more scoring.
Yeah. Maybe they could do something similar to like after 5 minutes, one person goes off the field.
When the MLS first started, they did a thing similar to shootouts, and where they started at like the 30-yard line or whatever, and the goalie and the player could both come out and run up and do, maybe not that far out, but
yeah, I don't think the World Cup should change it. Yeah, I mean we see 0-0 draws and things like that, but
yeah.
Yes,
The Argentina Netherlands one were great today too, but it just seems like, I mean, the guys are so tired after 90 minutes plus another 30 that, yeah, you just have to end the game. You can't have it just go on forever. Although I have seen a 5 overtime hockey game. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, you have line changes and stuff like that. I mean, if you had unlimited substitutions in soccer, then yeah, extended another whatever. But they're running. I think I've seen like stats where the guys are running like 7-8 miles a game.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen upwards of that. Yeah,
really 7 or 8 feet.
Soon, Jack. Soon.
We tried that, Jack. We tried.
Yeah, we didn't do too well at it.
We wanted you guys to be able to. Okay, can we ban her?
Who's that?
Just ban her. That's who I was talking about before the show.
Okay.
Yeah, just ban her.
Katie, I'm sorry for Matt. Just apologize for Matt and myself, but more for Matt.
Well, one of us was in Facebook jail, and the other one's right here.
I don't even own a cane. All right. I mean, come on.
She's going to her first indoor soccer game this weekend. So pray for her.
With you.
Also, yes, pray.
Right, and that's where
as the fanatic.
As the fanatic. We should have that special guest on that we had that one time on the show.
Which one?
You were like, okay, fine, guys, it's me. And you just took off your. Oh, that was good.
Greetings, and it was like freaking 90 degrees out. I think it was like 55 layers and like scarf, and I'm like, all right, forget it. It's just me.
Yeah. Hey, are you doing the jersey of the week yet, or is that not happening yet?
I mean, I can. I mean, what? I don't have. Let's see. I already showed you the USA one. Let's see. I should number these. I can tell you about the Blast jersey that I own. You want?
Sure.
So I got this from an auction, and there's only one reason why I own this jersey. There's one reason. It's not because of this. Not because of this. It's because of the person on the back. Michelle Millwood played for Syracuse. I think his final season. Played for the Silver Knights. And one of my favorite pictures of all time is him jumping up onto the boards after a goal, me like hoisting him up, and he's trying to pump up the crowd. Yeah, so that's the only reason why I have that one. Jerry, you'll be happy to know I do own 2 San Diego jerseys.
Ooh, I only own 1.
Do I own 2? I think I have 1 or 2.
Katie wants to know if she should be nervous. Be fine.
I'm not that. You can answer that, Adam. You've been to soccer games with me before.
He'll be fine. Just so you know, if he says something ridiculous, just let him go with it. Last time when he was in Milwaukee, he said, that's not allowed. That's contact above the head. And he kept saying that. And I'm like, but wait, above the head? I don't understand how that works, but that's okay. She got a laughing face. So yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah, it did happen. But that was that blame Eric Christian for just giving me beer after beer after beer.
Yeah, and then because the chat thing doesn't do emojis, we just get this instead of the face.
Oh, rolling. Oh, rollful. They call it? Is that what they call it? The kids call it these days.
Yeah, right. There used to be a site called Rafflecopter. I think it was for raffles.
I think so. Yes. So there's your jersey of the week, sponsored by no one.
Sponsored by yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a jersey up there you want me to go into the story behind it, just let me know.
Once upon a time, I bought a jersey.
Pretty much.
Oh boy.
Oh. I don't even know what that means.
Malort is some kind of weird alcohol that people in Chicago like. Terrible tasting. And it's funny for them to get people to drink, other people to drink it because it's so nasty.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I am not trusting anyone that comes to a Utica game from Milwaukee and offers me something because
anything.
Vegemite had to be the worst, the most disgusting thing I have ever had in my
Not Vegemite, but Marmite.
Oh, was it Marmite? Yeah.
Vegemite's the Australian one. Marmite's the British one.
Marmite, they're both disgusting. But Marmite, yeah.
I still remember. I still can hear you saying, "Oh, yep, there it is." Oh. It's just. Yeah, that was I've never tried it, and I never will, and I know I won't. I just.
No. So, I'm sticking. I stick to a strict alcohol
only diet.
alcohol diet on Sundays.
Nice. Jerry likes Malort. Is it Malort or is it like the T silent? Some kind of weird French thing.
I've had some gross alcohol in my day. Sambuca, that's gross. Ginger brandy, really gross.
Never had that. I've never had tequila or vodka or. I don't drink, so I never really have. So
vodka's gotten frou-frou these days. They come out with all sorts of like whipped cream vodka, and they have a birthday cake vodka too.
I might try that. So, every week I think we should have a new segment called "The Most Wrong Statement Ever." And this week's
no, it's already unless you put you put up whatever one you think is the
okay.
Yeah. I'm ready.
I think that wins.
No. I still think the other one from that same person about the fireworks and the spark and
let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he typed that into the wrong chat. We'll just leave it at that. That was meant for someone else.
We'll just say it's a tie. All right. Let's do picks because we have like 52 of them, and
yeah, there are. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna post our picks. Well, we're not gonna post our picks. We're gonna keep score. Coming into the week, Matt is 2 and something, and I'm 2 and something, or 4 and something, or 2, 3 and something. What is it?
You're 2 and 3, and I am an amazing 1-4.
Oh, I'm winning. Okay, that's good.
I am on a 3-game losing streak. As are you. You are also on a. I did have a couple years ago. I did purchase a bottle of it, and there was one
I remember
episode
that.
of the show continuously. It was, yeah. I just kept drinking that. It was all right.
So we have a feature in the chat where we can do a poll, but we have 11 games to go through. That's too many to try to do a poll for each.
So how about this? How about we each pick one game and then put them up?
Okay. Of all the games, let's pick one game from each day.
Okay.
So of the 7 games on Saturday, which one do we think is the game of the week?
I like, to be honest with you, I like Baltimore, Florida.
All right.
You can pick. You have the schedule right there. I know Baltimore and Florida play, so I like that one.
All right, poll is live. Let's start talking about it. Do you want to go first? We don't have to do the clock or anything like that. We'll just.
All right. So, Florida coming in as defending Eastern Conference champions. It's crazy for me to say that. Brought back a lot of players. Going up against Baltimore, who's already played. The big question for the first few games is going to be goalkeeping for Florida. Jorge Navarrete has not played in Baltimore. A lot of the players from Florida have played in Baltimore, and Baltimore plays in Baltimore. So I kept telling myself that I was going to pick Florida and St. Louis this weekend, so Baltimore would be 1-2 and Utica would be 2-1. It's going to be close. I'm going to take Baltimore.
Oh. Goalkeeper. I don't know if we even said anything about this, and there was no announcement, but Florida signed Matt Perella. And there was no Florida has announced every single signing, including a guy who plays 2 games a year and then leaves, who Sidney Newsonoff has named the Groundhog's Day. He shows up every year, he plays 2 games and he leaves. But is it possible Matt's the starter, or did they just sign him as a second or third? I don't think Matt would go anywhere as a backup at this point, would he?
I don't think so. But at the same time, I mean, he probably wanted to go to a team where he had an opportunity and was, a serious contender. I completely forgot about Matt Perella.
Yeah.
Being in Florida. Does that change my pick? Not right now.
Yeah, I mean, this one's
still,
tough.
Still the big question mark, regardless of anything, really.
Brad William Bonahane will play goalkeeper. Willie B will play. I'm kind of torn because it's Baltimore at home, but it's also Florida, who can be explosive. And coming back off with the Defender of the Year, Chad Vandergrift, Drew Ruggles is still back. Goalkeeping is a question, but will it matter? Because they still have some talent there.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and it could go either way.
I just wrote down Baltimore.
All right.
No, Brad, he likes cake. He just doesn't like chocolate.
Right. So don't go up to him in your scooter and hand them a piece of cake. Florida by 4.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Ooh. Alec. I'm going to end the poll 7 votes to Florida, 3 to Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
Although I can't put this
so,
up.
Okay, so Alec, I haven't watched the video yet. I don't even know if it's posted, but why going against Baltimore? Is it because of the way they played last week? Is it because it's Florida? I'm just curious. I mean, like I said, it could go either way. You can make an argument for either one. I'm just kind of curious.
If it's in Florida, I pick Florida without even pausing. Like, not even for me right now. Like at this point in the season, even not having seen Florida, I pick Florida to win. But I think that home field advantage.
Also, here's what's probably going to happen. It's probably Baltimore's going to jump out to an early lead, and Florida's going to chip away because it's that early season rust.
Yeah.
Like we saw Utica against Baltimore, and I would imagine it's going to happen again. It's just whether or not Baltimore can bounce back.
Yep. Brad made chocolate cake for me. Thank you, Brad. I'll eat chocolate. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Right, exactly. So
which is why Matt and I both picked Baltimore.
Exactly.
All right.
You know what you're talking about. We have no idea. We're 2 and 3 and 1 and 4.
Right.
So bet the opposite.
I'll write down I'll get our picks into this sheet at some point. Next game is St. Louis at Milwaukee. Are these all at? Second team is the home. Yep. Okay. So St. Louis at Milwaukee. Fed, let's go.
I mean, well, I know where you're going.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of give my 2 cents. I mean, St. Louis, Mark, I am invisible. That's a talent.
Alec is 2 and 3 as well.
Oh, well, there you go. Good job, guys. I'm hoping to bounce back above 500 after this week. So St. Louis at Milwaukee. Haven't seen Milwaukee yet this year. I've heard a lot of good things coming out of Milwaukee. St. Louis had 2 really good games against Kansas City. They went 1-1. I'm going to take Milwaukee at home.
Me too.
I think home openers are huge for teams.
Well, and especially since we can have one this year. Hopefully.
Oh God. Yes.
Keeper says Wave loses. Comet the dog says Wave loses. Blasty the Blast mascot says oh wait. Bushwhacker says Ambush wins. Kevin says Ambush will take the L. Kevin also said Florida in OT, Manfoot 6th attacker goal. Which is interesting because I don't know if they'd lose 6th attacker in OT.
It's a bold strategy. I mean, you probably could.
Yeah. I remember there was one game and it was Detroit and Chicago. So the Waza Flow when they were in the MASL and the Mustang. And something happened where like Detroit pulled their goalie and had the 6th attacker, and then Chicago at the same time, in reaction to that, pulled their goalie. And the announcer's like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I see. Kevin says to get it to overtime, Manfoot will do the 6th attacker goal to tie it up, and then Florida will win in overtime. Okay, that makes sense. Wait,
yeah.
Where's Manfoot playing?
Baltimore.
So Manfoot would. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, St. Louis looked pretty good, like I said. but home openers I think are big for teams. So I give the edge to Milwaukee.
St. Louis has some offensive concerns. Lost of Mo NDI. Jeff Mashad being placed on indefinite suspension. As if you look at the injury or the discipline and suspensions report from last week, we heard that he just kind of walked out on the team due to some sort of interaction with the head coach. But we don't know what that means. Like, ever come back? He signed a 5-year contract, so if he's being suspended indefinitely, I'm assuming not only does he have to work things out with his team, he'll have to go through some kind of remediation with the league, and go through that in order to be able to come back. But then is he allowed to come back just to?
And we heard on yesterday's show. I like how we throw in Gio's show like a ton of times. I don't think he mentions in the box, anyways. But
He wished me happy birthday yesterday.
I know. It's rude.
All about Gio.
Yeah. He mentioned that there's he might be going to an East Coast team.
But what that means is that St. Louis either has to grant him a release or he has to appeal to the league and be granted free agent status to be able to sign somewhere. Or St. Louis trades him.
It could be any of those things. So that's an interesting thing to follow. But yeah, as of right now, the offense is kind of where do you go? That's where you see. Oh, well, okay.
Thanks, Alec. It's the joke that keeps giving.
I mean, so you got to look towards your Otto Yahic, your like all of these like second and third year players, Robbie Christo of St. Louis. Yeah, you have Tony Walls. You can't rely everything on Paulo.
So, they almost did, though. I mean,
in order for St. Louis to win, they're going to have to score 6 or more goals. I think
that's fair.
I think that's going to be the magic number.
Yeah, I'm a big Otto Yahic fan. I'm a big Paulo fan. It's going to be different to see this team in with everyone healthy or people healthy.
Yeah, and you've got Mijatovic coming back, so it's just.
And then the most realistic comment off there.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. All right.
We are affiliated with the MASL. All views and opinions expressed are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're both picking Milwaukee in this one.
Alec, you're 100% correct. I have heard very good things coming out of the practices. I've heard good things come out of the preseason games. Now, granted, none of those are an actual MSL level opponent. But one player who some people may know said that this is the team he's been most excited about coming here. We'll see. We'll see Saturday. I don't even know if they have their 15 game day roster set as of like this.
You will not see me on Saturday.
Yes.
So.
Ambush did say Ambush signed 2 players. Transactions.
Brett Berman, and
I made a joke about that. Like Ian Bennett, we'll go out and sign Ian Bennett. Here, isn't this Ian Bennett? When you buy Ian Bennett on Wish, and it's Brian Bement.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of different signings happening this week. A lot of maybe unknown names to people outside of the teams. Mikey Herrera got signed back by the Wave. He joined the team when he was 17 or 18. Super fast, getting better and better in every season. Hopefully see him play more. Soccer signed Juan Gonzalez, Anthony Pacheco. Heat signed Alfredo Pichardo and Joshua Di Matteo. I don't want to read all these off, but the biggest one that we didn't talk about was Adrian Perez signing back with the Empire Striker Fear.
That's an awesome signing for them. It's kind of funny when I play FIFA, I make sure Adrian Perez is on my team. That's like the first thing I do. Nice. So it's like Perez to Manchester United.
Do walls come down around him now? In a good
No. But they do have a futsal. Maybe I should try and get him on.
Yeah,
they'll do that after this. But yeah, Adrian Perez, great signing. It'll be cool to see him come to Utica.
Yeah. He was like rookie of the. Did he actually get rookie of the year, or was he just in running for rookie of the year? The year he was.
I think he was in running for the rookie of the year, and then he went to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or not the Galaxy, LAFC. Yeah.
He would have gotten it though. He was by far and away running away with it, but then he left and let other people catch up.
100%.
Yeah.
But great signing. Definitely a need that they, especially Frank Tayu goes out again for whatever reason. They have Adrian Perez as a goal scorer.
Can I change a pick that I made already? Or am I just...
Are you changing it to Florida?
Yeah. So I made a note at the end of the whole thing, of my little note thing, saying, make sure to consider suspensions in the picks, and I didn't read it until right now. And Nelson Santana is suspended for 1 game for Baltimore.
Because of the hit heard around the world.
Well, and it's funny because Baltimore fans who were at the game were like, I didn't see anything. That's ridiculous. Why are the refs blah, 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 blah. When you look at the replay, they are half the field, so a good 20 feet away from the action. You see what I did there? And he and Gordy are walking near each other, and I'm sure there's jawing and stuff going on there. And he does this at head level, and Gordy goes down. And I don't know if you've seen the Gio's been putting a whole bunch of little short clips out from their show, and they talked about that. Like Gio's like, is it a red card? And Jerry's like, absolutely. And Jerry's like, why would you do that against the player who is the most likely to? And then they kind of cut it was more inferred that the player most likely to be on the ground after an arm is thrown is the one the arm is thrown at.
Now he's on our team, and now I have to say, yeah, it was a definite red.
I don't. So I mean, slow motion in MASL is tough because of the resolution level and the frames per second, all that stuff going on. But it seemed really, really, really obvious to me. Did not look like the Stefan Mijatovic hit where somebody did this to him and he grabbed his face, and then when you zoomed in on it, you saw that he hit him like right here. And Stefan's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. I don't think that Nelson Santana. I mean, how old is he? Like 72 now.
Yeah, but he's still firing it up. It's amazing.
No,
I'm changing mine to Florida just to change things.
I'm sticking to Baltimore. I'm sticking to my Baltimore pick.
Okay. All right. Next game. Why did I write this down backwards? Oh, because it's the wrong game. There's a double header Saturday and Sunday. Utica at Harrisburg, and then Sunday Harrisburg at Utica. Should we do both these games in a row? Okay, we are done with both of those games. I've heard people say that they think Harrisburg's taken a step back from last season, which is not good because they only got 4 wins. I mean, they did look better towards the end of the season, but that's still 4 wins. So, reminds me of when St. Louis was doing better and they got, they almost hit it. Harrisburg, the best season they've had, they were at 500 and everyone was like, oh yeah, they're a playoff team now. And it's like, wait a minute, you just got to 500.
It was I don't know if it was the COVID year. It was the year I went out to Mesquite in Dallas. And they were talking about like Harrisburg was in like that last playoff
Yeah.
spot. They're fighting with Baltimore, and I don't think Harrisburg has taken a step back, but I also don't think they've taken a step forward.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
I mean, Elton De Oliveira hasn't re-signed. I don't know if he's retired from the game or if he's taking a year off or whatever. You lose Willie B. That's huge. Still, I mean, but you still have Dominic Francis. I mean, Dominic Francis, one of the best shots in the game
Yep.
still. I think you're going to see a bounce or a big year from Robbie Williamson. I think they have a lot of young talent. I think they're maybe 2 years out from
Yeah.
the season. And after what I saw from Utica, I think the game on the road, I think Tim Goldman is going to have a great game in Harrisburg, maybe 2 goals. So I'm going to call that now. That would give me extra points, I think. And then the home opener in Utica. I mean,
Yeah. I'm expecting big things. So Brad Beach is saying he ran into the Ambuns at dinner. You say hi or let them be. Let them be. Just don't.
yeah, let them finish. Let them finish. We don't want to see any sort of suspensions and stuff from the mascots over this. So
Here's an interesting topic from Kevin. And I posted something about this and I said, lessons learned. If you have a crappy broadcast, it's probably not a good idea to throw your challenge flag because the cameras aren't going to catch what you're trying to challenge.
exactly, and that's case in point. And I brought this up during Gio's show yesterday. I think the league needs to step in and say there needs to be something done with these broadcasts. I mean, Kansas City, perfect. Like those calls got overturned.
Yeah.
Or reversed. Yeah, they reversed those calls. So the refs definitely didn't see it the right way, and replay helped them.
Well, and in this one, there's just no angle. If there's no angle and they only have one angle to look at, by rule of how replays work in sports, can't.
You have to have evidence.
Right.
It has to be plain as
the
day.
whole NFL, I go back to that, the inconclusive evidence. If you don't have 100% angle to be able to say, yes, that's overturned, you can't call it overturned. And if you got an angle where something flashes by and you're looking at the complete wrong thing, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, all right. Moving on. I agree with you. I know I do know that the league and JP in particular has been sending out like weekly, here's what you need to do better. You don't say this, do say this, do this, don't do this. And they've been working on the cameras, but there's some teams who there's a group that does the broadcast and they stuck in their ways and they know how to do it. And they say, this is the best I can do with the equipment I have or the money I have, or I look at it like, you ever watch Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay? Going to some of these restaurants and they think they're doing a great job and their food is just awful and the atmosphere is terrible and there's dirty and all other things. I think the people are just set in their ways and they just don't know any better.
But in the same token, if Baltimore wants to challenge something, it could come back to bite them in the ass because they have horrible replay.
It did, because they tried to bite. It happened for both sides. Both sides in that game.
Yeah. So I mean, it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Brad says we need goal cams. I agree. Blasty says the Blast are adding new cams. Good. Hopefully they can help. But anyway, moving on. Chihuahua at Dallas, first game. And actually both of these teams, to me. Alec just typed something in, so I'll put that on the screen. Yeah. But that means that, you never saw a replay from that angle. Does that mean that camera was working at the time, or maybe it wasn't, or it was off, or it was pointed the wrong way? The camera guy sneezed, achoo, and, the camera goes that way, or,
Now it's got a cheerleader.
Right. That was Dallas, wasn't it, when they first came back?
We're kind of a smooth transition to this game.
Yeah. I was very, very concerned about both Dallas and Mesquite having a player pool that wasn't necessarily big enough for two teams, and now they're kind of diminishing both teams. Diluting is a better word. Kind of diluting both teams. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. Maybe we saw a great defensive performance, but you can't win games consistently scoring 2 goals a game. I don't care who you.
Right.
In fact, they mentioned it on the broadcast. The only other 2-1 game I've ever seen was Milwaukee beating the Blast at home in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do that consistently. Get away with it. I used to have a thing like the only way to beat Baltimore at home is scoring more than 5 goals, and if you don't do that, don't expect to win. They've had so many 5-4 and 6-4 wins.
Not showing up, also.
That's what.
Not showing up is another way.
Well, yeah, not showing up is another way. Yeah.
You got a point. Yeah. So this game, tough to call, tough to predict. Big question.
Because my other thing is, I think
who's probably going to happen?
I think Chihuahua and Monterey might be diluting their player pools a little bit. I think there's a ton more talent in Mexico, obviously, because it's a much bigger country, but in the Mexico indoor soccer talent than there is in the Dallas area.
Yeah. So I think that the big question is going to be police.
It's like a siren alert, thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's a cakewalk. Although I do like cakewalks. I never have won. Did you ever do it's like a musical chairs, but they do it with cake?
I've always heard the term cakewalk and then was disappointed because there was never any cake.
Yeah. Well, you could probably make a cakewalk. Just start walking while eating cake. I mean,
I did spend an obscene amount of money last night for dinner because I didn't feel so Tara had to work. We kind of chose pool the night before, and then going to the Wave game is kind of my birthday outing or whatever. I'm not big on birthday, especially this numbered birthday. Watch it or I'll get you my cane out.
No. Are we still on?
I will smite thee with the corn dog.
Yeah.
Always have a corn dog handy within reach when you're on camera, kids. When what was I saying here?
Dinner.
So I ordered from Quick Trip because they have the carrot cake. Right. And I ordered 8-piece, and I didn't order this all for myself. I ordered it for leftovers for lunch, and then Tara could have some and stuff like that. What I ordered when I got were 2 different things. I ordered 8 pieces of fried chicken, or what I got, 8 pieces of fried chicken, 9 chicken tenders. Their chicken tenders are like this big. 4 pieces of carrot cake, 2 pumpkin bars, and a large family-sized mashed potatoes and gravy on DoorDash. And with all the fees and the tip, it was like $74.
It seriously sounds like you're about to do the 12 days.
Right?
A large bowl.
And a large mashed potatoes and a food coma. So, anyway. So I did have cake for my birthday, so that's good. And that carrot cake is really good. That was you were the first one to get that for me. And I didn't even realize it was even a thing there, so I appreciate it. My bank account doesn't appreciate that, but I do.
Yeah. I do what I can.
Yeah. All right, so Chihuahua and Dallas, at Dallas here. What's funny is I said I wouldn't have enough time for polls for all these games, and we've had plenty of time for polls for all these games.
I mean, I think I'm going to take Dallas just because Chihuahua's roster is probably not going to be as good away as it is home. Plus, I mean, Dallas has still a lot of solid players. I mean, Mike Jones, Jamie Lovegroove, one of our favorites.
Lovegroove. We need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
I am putting polls in for every game now. Just
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Give me a second. Hannah's calling me.
Oh, well, Bushwhacker just asked when Hannah's going to be on the show.
Well, Hannah's calling.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Because we've proven that I can't really talk. So I'll leave the poll up for Chihuahua and Dallas and put your answers in and we'll be back in a little bit.
Now would be a great time for a timeout.
Hello, everybody. We have a special guest who's not here on video, but he is here on audio. Okay, hi, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yellow.
She shows up on my screen. She takes up half of the screen.
Haha, because I'm the best.
We'll have to do a test call on one of these things.
On Adam's camera, it's a tiny video of it.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know and are new to the stream, this is my daughter Hannah.
Hi.
And she does soccer picks a lot better than any of us possibly could.
Yeah.
So
Best.
do we want to catch her up on the picks?
Yeah. All right, Hannah.
All right.
Florida at Baltimore.
Florida.
Florida. St. Louis at Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
There you go. Utica at. It doesn't really matter. Utica. All right, now we're on Chihuahua at Dallas.
I think I know Hannah.
What?
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
You're gonna go Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Is that who you're picking,
Is
Hannah?
that who you're picking? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
That's what I was gonna go with, but I had to think about it
Yeah.
for a second.
I'm picking Chihuahua as well.
Chihuahua.
I'm gonna take that one.
All right. Kansas City at Mesquite. This should be a decent game.
It should be definitely a decent game.
Kansas City.
Kansas City is without goalkeeper Neto, so I don't know who's playing. Who's going to be in goal?
Sway.
Oh yeah, it's going to be Sway. That'll be good to see Sway.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to do a poll for everyone then.
I'm gonna take Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Kansas City as well.
You are lucky you're not on. You're lucky you're not on camera right now because the thing she's making all sorts of goofy faces. I don't know if she's just trying to throw me off here. I'm on.
Okay.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do a test getting all three into here because I don't know why it doesn't work. I'll have to figure.
So Hannah, you know how many we have? 5 or 6 mascots in the chat right now from all the. Yeah, keepers in the chat.
Oh.
Hannah, what do you think of keeper?
What?
What do you think of keeper? Your favorite mascot?
No. He's creepy.
All right, who do you pick, Kansas City or Mesquite? Mesquite.
She picked
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, she picked Kansas City. I picked Kansas City.
Monterey.
Hi.
Monterey at Tacoma.
Oh yes, go ahead. Hannah has. Did you see that? Hannah raised her hand.
Oh.
You muted yourself again.
I know I did. Wait. Okay. I'm touching buttons.
Uh-oh.
Well, stop
I'm a button toucher.
Yeah.
This is a family show.
Yeah. Who are you picking? Who was it? What was the game?
Monterey at Tacoma.
Tacoma.
That might be
That sounds about right.
Might be a good game. I see. What I'm wondering though is Monterey is going to wake up and not see what's going to happen.
But who's going to be there to do it? That's the thing. Who's their roster? Is it the same roster that they had?
Yeah. So you're picking Tacoma? We're all picking Tacoma.
What?
Next game is San Diego at the Empire Strikers. The Empire Strikers used to be the Ontario Fury.
What? I'm getting distracted.
Yeah, that's the whole point of our show.
Ding dong. I have to admit, right now, I am like really, really nervous. Henry's just gonna like barge the door open like in his underpants.
So
and just,
her video doesn't show up on the stream.
I know, but I can still see
Yeah.
it. And
You don't have to worry about that showing up on the stream.
you're muted again there. There you go.
Watch this. Hold on. If it works.
Yes, I see the hearts.
That doesn't show up on the stream either.
Yeah, it just shows up on the call. So who you picking, Banana? San Diego or the Empire Strikers, who used to be Ontario?
The first choice.
San Diego.
San Diego. Me too.
Yeah, me three. Even though they just started practice last week.
Yeah, that's weird. It's the first time I've heard that a team starting practice after the season starts for other teams. All right, next game, the Blarst at the Ambuns. Baltimore at St. Louis.
St. Louis.
All right.
But Baltimore wasn't that good at the Utica game. It was I know they won, but they weren't that good.
That is some solid analysis coming from a 9-year-old.
If any Baltimore players are on here, I am sorry.
Wait a minute. When did you become 9? When did you turn 9? When did that happen? You've been 6 as long as I've known you. When did that happen?
I'm not 6. I am not 6.
You were.
Wait.
You were that one time.
You were that one time when you were 6. Probably 3 years ago. All right, Matt, who do you have in this one?
You know, funny that Hannah went that way. Because I am going that way as well. I think St. Louis in an upset.
I picked the Blarst.
The Blarst. The Baltimore Blarst.
Yep.
Hey, Hannah, the Blarst have a mascot.
Yeah.
I hope it's not as creepy as Keeper.
Keeper thinks it's creepy. What does that tell you?
Well, I think if Keeper thinks the Baltimore mascot's creepy, the Baltimore Keeper thinks Keeper's creepy.
Probably. Good point.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Did you know, Hannah, that all the mascots get together for dinner sometimes?
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
I would not want to go with dinner with Keeper.
Okay, well.
That makes...
I think we're 202 subscribers.
That makes 204 of us. We are still at 203 subscribers. By the way, subscribe and hit the subscribe button right there.
Has anyone said anything to Hannah yet?
The what?
Is anyone writing anything in chat that we should?
Not really anything useful.
I could go on chat, I think.
Oh
no, it's something that it's something Adam has to do.
I can't do the chat with the 3 people on it though.
No.
So guess who else is here?
When I was coming in, it said go on chat, and
We're on chat.
Oh, that's probably just the Skype chat and not the YouTube.
Yeah.
Guess who's here? Scorch Harrisburg Heat.
Oh boy, another mascot, Hannah.
Their mascot's here.
Well, we already went over, so we're good. We don't have to worry.
What if I have the best idea ever.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So for the Chihuahua team, their mascot should be a corn dog.
That is the best idea ever.
Yeah,
Kelsey says, come visit Milwaukee, Hannah, and bring your dad. Make your dad bring you.
You heard her, Dad.
Uh-huh.
New Year's Eve?
Nope.
Stay up till 9 p.m.
Oh, Hannah's going to a game that week. There's a Wednesday game.
I'm going.
In Utica?
Yeah.
I thought that was only a one-time thing due to the Blarst.
No. I would imagine it's because arena availability, plus the kids have a week off. Who are they playing, Hannah?
Oh, I know this. Ricardo's team, Florida.
Huh? All right. So Milwaukee at Kansas City. This is a lot of people are picking this to be the game of the week. I'm not going to argue with them.
I am not either. What do you think, Banana?
You didn't tell me.
Yeah, we did. Milwaukee at Kansas City.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
It's not a good way to pick a game. I don't know. Is not on.
Oh.
I'm going with the opposite what Daddy said.
Wow. I'm picking
Wow.
Milwaukee. You guys know that. I mean, that's not gonna.
Yeah, we all know.
Well, Adam, you and Hannah are going to be rooting for the same team.
Oh,
I will take Kansas City.
the Kansas City at home. And then the last game of the week. Oh, yeah, last game of the weekend is the Empire Strikers at San Diego Sockers. Second.
I think it's the San Diego sweep. Home opener, huge advantage.
Yeah. Whatever Daddy said.
Oh,
No,
whatever
that's whatever
says.
Daddy says, but no, other is the opposite.
Hannah should give Daddy $1 million. How about that?
No, I don't have $1 million.
Well, start saving.
What?
Minor detail.
Well, start saving.
Piggy bank.
Yeah, well, may need a bigger bank for $1 million.
Maybe.
No. So heavy.
Depending on how inflation goes, it may.
Right.
Wait. On the last pick, I'm going the opposite what Daddy says again.
We're going with the Empire Strikers. Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Why do you want to go opposite of what I say?
Because you're gonna lose.
Oh.
Because your team's gonna lose. So boom, Daddy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
One of these weeks we will do another bet. Of course, I lost the last. We all know. Well, some of you know what happened, but
Wait, what happened? Tell the story.
you know what happened.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. The one of the Utica, I completely painted my face.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I sat at home for an hour and painted my face before the game. You remember that now?
Oh yeah. You gave me some paint.
You wanted it, but the deal,
Yeah, I did.
was if I won, I had to paint my entire face, which I did.
I was in it with you. I did it with you.
You did. You did.
Who else is tired? Raise your hand.
Should we call it a night?
Sure. So Hannah, do you want to? Oh, Hannah, do you have your joke?
What joke?
So a couple weeks ago, we were talking about you were going to be on the show or whatever, and then you said you had a joke that you wanted to tell.
I wish I had my joke book with me. I left it at school. Hold on.
You gonna go to school right now?
Yeah, that's right down the road.
Kelsey says if Hannah comes to Milwaukee, I'll buy her a drink. I don't think that's.
Oh, man.
And then Eric says if Hannah comes to Milwaukee, I'll buy her a wave scarf. Hannah could come out big if she comes to Milwaukee for sure.
I know.
I am looking up a joke right now, so hold on.
You want to say goodbye to everyone before Hannah tells a joke?
Yeah. Daddy, get your things out right now.
I don't have a wave scarf yet.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. It's kind of cool to have Hannah here. Hannah's our favorite guest of all time.
We'll have to figure out why we can't get all 3 videos on the screen. I don't know why that is.
No one wants to look at Hannah's face.
I don't know
What do
if
you think of that?
I don't know if it's something I'm doing or a limitation of Skype or what's going on, but we'll have to figure this out.
But yeah, should be a great weekend of indoor soccer, Saturday and Sunday. Best of luck to all of you mascots that will be perusing the arenas.
Yes. Thank you again for all the mascots for joining chat. We complain, but it's mostly just somewhat.
Well, I mean, I think what has been said in the last few minutes has. Oh, Hannah left.
Oh, Anna doesn't have a joke for us then.
Hannah doesn't have a joke. All right.
Well, no, I have to try to come up with one.
Her phone must have turned off or something. But
All right.
we don't have to. We don't have to end. I think you should read me a bit. Okay. No, there will be no bedtime story this evening. We don't have to end with a joke. I mean, it could be
Okay.
one of those where we just kind of both say goodbye at the same time and sign off at the same time, as opposed to me turning it off and going into the chat going, why am I doing this, and
All right, I'm fine with that. It'll be something new. They will try once, and then we won't like it anymore, and then I'll have to come up with something.
There are 4 types of viewers on YouTube.
There are viewers that don't care. There are viewers that are here for the jokes. The Adam Grosskreutz says disappointing. I mean,
Okay, then fine. If the viewers want a dad joke,
hang on. I'm gonna Google something.
oh, Hannah's back.
Oh, hang on.
Yay, Hannah's back. Well, her thing isn't. All right. Yes, beautiful.
Okay, Hannah has a joke. This is how we're gonna say goodbye.
This is how we're gonna say goodbye. So, Hannah, don't be surprised if Daddy hangs up, because that's what Daddy does. But I'll call you right back.
Wait, can everyone hear Hannah or not? I don't think people can hear. I think that's working it.
It doesn't kind of make sense.
There we go. Can you hear Hannah? Say something. Say hello, everyone. Hi, or something.
Say something. Hello, everyone.
Okay, I think we can hear you now. For some reason we couldn't at first, but I think we can now.
Can you real quick? Can you say farts real quick, just so we know?
No, Daddy.
Fine.
All right, tell your joke, and we will. We'll see everyone sometime. I don't know what's going on next week, but we'll figure something out.
Who is the boss of the pencil case?
Who is the boss of the pencil case?
Ready? The ruler.
The ruler. Oh, bye everybody.